RNG is a risk. Let me explain. Over the last few weeks, I've decided to actually farm raids with 10 characters each week, relying heavily on RNG to gain large item values in order to gain high returns for my time invested. However, this week is a little bit different, as today we're going to be exploring why RNG is a risk and is not to cover up that I got absolutely nothing for my time invested this week. But let's start this off with a little story. For the past week, I actually farmed up molten core, and I decided to go for this as it has a high chance of dropping some old world recipes within the actual raid, along with the blood of the mountain to go alongside this. I was going for items like the orb of deception or the recipe for the robes of the archmage within the actual raid, and is currently a very decent way in order to actually gain these values. I knew that molten core was a great farming location for RNG based gold farming, and as such I decided to send all of my 10 characters. However, the RNG just did not shine upon me, and I got around about 2,824 gold worth of value for 2 hours worth of farming. This led me to panic.
Oh, my child, RNG is not shining upon you.
Yeah, Frol, that's not the point. At the end of the day, I decided to actually go ahead and go over to Karazhan. Karazhan is my go-to gold farming location in order to gain high-value recipes for Burning Crusade, along with the chance of gaining Blade of Wizardry. This is because these items go for a hell of a lot of gold, and along with the battle pets that come along with this, I could actually gain a decent amount of gold overall. However, after 3 hours of gold farming this actual farm, I managed to get 1 Nether Space Abyssal and 1 Menagerie Custodian out of within 3 hours and 16 minutes. This plus with the primal mana that comes from the Menagerie Custodian boss, I managed to gain around about 17,887 gold for 3 hours. Oh my god. I was sure that I was going to gain something for this. By the end of my gold farming session, I got more and more nervous alongside this, and once completing the actual raid, I literally freaked at this point because I was like, oh god, I literally freaked. How the hell am I going to make a video for these raids?
Oh dear, looks like RNG is not shining upon you today, my child.
Shut up, Frol. This led me on to a grand total of around about 22,974 gold for 5 hours and 17 minutes, and I picked 2 amazingly good gold farms. So what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is, if you're going for these high ticket items, you seriously need to consider, are you willing to invest this time in order to get the returns? For me, however, I love RNG based gold farming because the returns are so high in the long term over a consistent time span. That means over week to week or just consistently farming, I can actually make more gold on the long run than conventional gold farming. However, a lot of different people don't prefer this type of gold farming, and thus I took the opportunity for turning this negative for this week and turning it into a positive, talking about the risks of RNG. Alongside that, I did update this into the Instance Farmer gold sheet in order for you guys to have a look, and updated it for the week along with the TSM profile, which is on my Patreon. Other than that, guys, I just wanted to tell the story on how I did not get anything for this week when it came towards gold farming. Hopefully we'll have a better week next week, and other than that, guys, have a wonderful rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.